Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR PK&F's iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Howdy everybody, and welcome to a new season of iGPFun Formula 3 presented by Virtual Racing School. We are here live at Road America. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Andy Thompson, and Mark Tranter is in the production booth, and you're here live watching Apex Racing TV.
Good evening, Austin. Good evening, viewers, and yeah, welcome to a brand new season of the iGPFun-F3. Round 1 of round 12, taking you all the way through to March the 6th. So it's going to be some excellent racing on a Sunday night here on Apex Racing TV. So Road America, one of them tracks that is iconic to iRacing, Austin. It should be fun with 60 cars on this grid.
It is going to be fun. 60 cars around this great American circuit here at Road America. And this track is a lot of fun. It's pretty tight at some places. You can get cars about 3 wide, but thankfully here at the iGPFun rule, we got the iGPFun rules of the first lap, but no overtaking, no trying to go 3 wide. You can overtake, just no absolute yeets in there. So everybody here is going to be looking like they're going to have a great time out on track today. We got a total of about an hour out there on track, it looks like, but you know, we got 32 laps on 23 laps, not 32. I'm dyslexic like crazy today. How do I read numbers backwards? Well, you just saw that. But yeah, a lot of cars, a lot of new faces, and a lot of returning faces as well. So we got 10 seconds left in qualifying. And any fans of our Apex Racing League VRS Super Series are going to recognize some of the top names out here, with QT Marteau sitting on provisional pole position, Christopher Herbino in 2nd place, and Tobias Olsen in 3rd place. And Tobias Herbino and Marteau were some of the top runners in the Apex Racing League VRS F3 Super Series held yesterday around this same track. So a lot of excitement out here.
Definitely, it's a distinct advantage to them guys. Obviously, I was watching the broadcast last night, and it was a very entertaining race with about probably half the amount of cars that we've got here tonight. But I certainly like that IGP rule for the first lap. It sort of makes sense, certainly around this track. You know, the infamous turn one. I think I haven't seen a race where you haven't had an incident around that first corner. So to have a non-pass rule and a non-free car wide rule for the first lap makes sense, especially to let the tyres warm up nicely. But I suppose in this qualifying, it's been a case of just trying to find a bit of space on this track. With 60 cars on there, it's going to be rammed-packed.
Yeah, it is going to be jam-packed, full grid. I believe the first time in a while that we've actually maxed out the iRacing server of grid slots. Like 60 is the top amount of grid slots that you can have. We have maxed out Alton Park, but that only has about 39. This is a full 60 car grid here, and I believe this is the first time that either Andy and Mark and we've all commentated or broadcasted a full 60 car grid outside of a endurance race.
Yeah, that's 100%. It's going to be frantic. You know, there's going to be a lot of incidents, certainly with this amount of cars on track. You know, you think that first car is going to be going over the start-finish line, and the rest of the back of the field will probably just be coming around the last turn. It's going to be that long of a train coming up, and it's going to be an interesting one, Austin.
And standing start too. So they're going to be racing around that final turn. Yeah, it's 4-3. It's 4-3. Of course, it's a standing start. What do you think we are, IMSA?
Sorry, mate. I'll stand corrected. I'll have a word with myself afterwards.
Actually, though I've been very used to doing rolling starts here all the week because my Indy cars are here and the TCRs are here as well, and you know both those series are rolling starts in the Michelin Pilot Challenge and Indy cars. So yeah. Sandy starts out here. Cars around 20 back will be starting uphill. So they might actually have to be on the brake when they engage the clutch. Or else they're going to be rolling backwards. So hopefully we don't see any of that. And it's going to be a very interesting grid. And speaking of the grid, the first 60-car grid of the season's Thiago Marteau starts up on pole ahead of Christopher Herbono, Tobias Olsen, and Callum Voician in fourth place, followed by Marcus Luizio, Max Bartolota, Roberto Fai, Alex Fournier, Jerome Lamley, Luca Verani, Michelle Corfei, Particolo in 12th place, and they're followed by Lucas Maruk, Victor Barris, Will McIntyre, Alvaro Garcia, Luciano Lorenzo, Max Giacchino, Andy Flint, Leonardo Cherry, Julio Policio, Lorenzo Christopher De Rule, Rodrigo Duran, Andrea Catalini in 24th. They're followed by Robert Ridgway, Sonny Rosario, Adam Tasman, Andrea Bicchetti, Mark Mathis, Zoltan Zoboter, Nick Cardi, Antonio Tellis, Alistair Hay, Alex Hopkins, Fernando Corres, Ryan Berry. Behind them, Ben White, Stuart Millen, Roberto Maturana, Richard Veen, Reed Dennis, Edwin Riviera, Massimiliano De Laurentiis, Vincenzo Carcecchi, Marco Mira, Brian Vors, Philip Lucas, Clark Williams in 48th. And our final chunk, Thiemo Braun, Antonio Rozeski, Phil Roller, Kuchi Ido, Noel Richie Robertson, Jacob Potts, Vev Thadwi, Keelaren Richie Robertson, Andrean Vigil, Martin Devine, Fabio Viola, and William McIntyre at the end of our 60-car grid.
Take a bow, Austin. Take a bow.
And we have 30 seconds remaining.
That was speed grid going through if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, there was I need Marco's help on this. It's a shame that he is no longer doing broadcasting, but Pierre Francesco, I believe that's how you say his name. Yes,
isn't it?
Francesco.
Yeah.
Pierre Francesco. Okay, that's easy.
There we go.
And Marco's in the chat, so he can judge me as much as he wants. But hey,
I'm sure
first grid of the raid. Much more practice to be needed on. All right, 60 cars are lined up. It's time to go racing here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America time as we're green, and away we go.
Martin gets a really good start off the pole position, getting a little bit up. We've got Olsen on the side of Herbin, who manages to take him into this first corner, taking the inside car. So we've got Martin Olsen in second place. Herbin just tucked up there in third place with Litchell and fourth. Flossin in fifth. As we see Olsen going up to second place. So Herbin going back down to wide.
Herbino getting a little bit wide as Voisin jumps back up there into fourth. We go look through the grid as everybody is getting through turn 2 right there. Olsen and Marteau. Tobias Olsen has the lead of the race. Marteau currently in second place as they head into turn 3. A little bit of 3 wide action, but it's everyone just trying to find their spot right now. As the fight for the lead, it's Tobias Olsen now sitting in the lead. Marteau getting stuck on the outside right there. Louisiana down to the inside. We got a big crash. That is Olsen. Marteau is involved right there. We got cars on top of each other. Marteau's actually underneath Vosium. Vosium's cars launch up in the air. It's chaos at turn 5 now. We got cars sideways. Voisin is up on the air jacks right there. And absolute calamity. We made it 5 corners. But, oh my gosh, that was a very unfortunate thing. And it just looked like Marteau got onto the outside of the grass right there. And just lost control of the car. As we're not going to go as for a replay during any time this series. We got 16 cars, and I think Mark's job is already hard enough.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right there. I think Martin, who just got on the outside of turn number 5, got his wheel on grass and unfortunately spun the car. And obviously, because it's so close racing, certainly on this first lap, you know, you're going to collect other cars. And unfortunately, there was a big melee of cars there strung across the track. But like you said, took 5 corners. I wasn't expecting it to be that long, but all through to the respect of the guys just to trying to get out. But I'm pretty sure that the racing will start in earnest now on lap number 2. And one thing we haven't talked about, Austin, is the setups of the low downforce. You can see there was some of the guys with a really small rear wing and the guys with the higher downforce. I mean, we saw yesterday that the lower downforce seemed to be the way to go, but it's sort of a mixed bag here tonight.
It really is. The higher downforce, much more stable in the corners, and you know, got a good draft. And oh, that's a 3-wide dive by the car ahead of Richard Berry. That was Alex Hopkins and Ben White. Yeah, it was Alex Hopkins, I believe, the car that was trying to send it 3 wide into there. And Ben White, he's got a lot of wing damage. Might have been one of those 2. Here's Luca Ferrandi, series organizer, sitting up there in 7th. Gets a little bit wide right there. And off the Swiffer, that's Michael Corfay. Looking down the inside right there underneath the Corvette bridge. And Michael's now sitting in 7th place as they get at. Ooh, nice cut right there by Michael ahead of Luca Ferrandi. Victor Bear's catching up to Luca right now. He's not going to look for a move behind Victor. It's Pier Francesco in 10th place. Biggest mover of the field right now is, well, actually gonna have to scroll down for this because we got cars that are 16, yeah, plus 16 spots. That's Martin Devine in 42nd. Yes, we got cars that are well, now it's 17 up the field, but they aren't even in the top 20 yet, and that's the magic of iGPFun right there. Massive grids and everything, and you know, this grid is already pretty spread out. Roberto Fi's down 30 spots. They were involved in an incident. They're not at the backs. This is Stuart Millen in the fight for 32nd right there. He's got a car on his outside heading into Canada corner. Look out behind him, that's outside Hay. Philip Lucas going side by side. Hayes able to hold it around the outside right there. Philip Lucas just challenging him right now. New fastest lap for Tobias Olsen. As everyone, he's actually got a 2-second gap behind him now, but yeah, you can see Tobias on that lower downforce wing is a lot faster all by himself because well, nobody's going to be catching his catching that draft, and it's a very small draft. The second place is Herbino. Herbino likes to run that higher downforce setup. We got chaos at turn 1. I believe that's 3-4 cars maybe involved. Antonio Tellez involved in there. As you can see, this is a very rabid track and to be rejoining on right now. We actually got a replay right here. Congrats, Mark, you found it. Heading into turn 1. Here's what happened to Tellez. Oh my gosh.
In front.
It was in front of him. I think that car coming out of the pit lane might have... There was a car that was slow on the inside. And Oh my goodness. The 7 car was the one that was, yeah, the 77 that was coming out of the pits, and the 7 just had too much closing speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. 6 cars actually involved right there. Oh my gosh.
There was just loads of cars there, and unfortunate for the guy coming out of the pits. Obviously wasn't up to speed, and they just were all over the back of him before that treacherous turn number 1. You know, certainly with the amount of cars that we're seeing on screen now, you're talking 8 to 10 cars just in a big long train. So if one person has an incident in front of them, it's like a falling deck of cards behind him, unfortunately, unless you can obviously preempt it. So it's always good to leave that little bit of extra space, certainly on these opening few laps, until you can get your space and understand what the car in front of you is going to do. Because like you said, Austin, we've got brand new members to this racing league, so the abilities went out in the field, and obviously the grid's been shaken up by that first start. All the top runners seem to be right back at the back, or certainly a few of them are. So a lot of the drivers just need to work out the rest of the newcomers to the league, where they're going to brake and how they're going to come into the corner. But we're going too wide here, Lizio, trying to keep that 8th place and fighting very hard with Barris in front of him. But these 4 cars really close together out on track coming down into turn number 2.
Absolutely, and this 4-car train, watch out for Luca Verani. Luca is back there, and also behind Luca, Pier Francesco. He's got that lower downforce. He's going to be getting the best run out of all 4 of these drivers. He could really send one down the inside right here, but that's not the spirit of iGP Fun. He's going to watch that. Here comes Luca Ferrari looking down to the inside, heading into turn 3. Gets onto the binders a bit early, and doesn't really want to challenge that move right here as we ride on board of Pier Francesco Pariticolo, heading up through turn 4 right now. This is now my new favorite name to say. I got it.
You're going to wear it out to the death, are you?
Pretty much, or until he leaves the series. Which we would never want, because it's really fun to say.
Yeah, Francesco. It is a typical Italian name, isn't it? It always comes to mind here. But a great view, great camera angle here at the front right-hand side. And you see the battle up in front. I mean, one of the things that I noticed about these F3 cars, I'm not experienced at all in these cars.
Francesco. Oh, he had to back off right there. He could have gone for the move, but, you know, no 3 wide right here, at least on the first lap. And here's Luca Ferrari trying to hold it around the outside of Canada corner, gets all the way onto the curve. And yes, he does. Luca Ferrari, 8th place right there. Beautiful move around the outside of Pier Francesco. Had a great run, could have challenged it. And behind him, Ryan Barry and Sonny Rosario are reportedly having an incident in Canada corner. Ryan Barry, yeah, that's not the way you want to be in the gravel trap right there, all in the kitty litter. And I believe we're getting a replay. Here's Sonny Rosario and Ryan Barry. Here's what happened to him. This is Barry looking down the inside, headed to Canada corner. Both of them getting onto the brakes. Barry's getting the, oh, he's locked up. And that sent Sonny Rosario into the wall. And oh no.
Got a little bit too deep into that corner there with Barry, and unfortunately closed the door there on Scenario. There's nowhere left to run on that. But like I was saying, with these F3 cars, it's great. You know, the vision in the car being in that single seat, and I think the size of the wing mirrors on there, they look more like truck mirrors. So the vision behind you, really good, as we see here. Will McIntyre under pressure from Lorenzo coming around the outside down into turn 5. Not managing to take the place, going really wide, so maybe left open now from Arik, who's fighting him up into turn number 6. Getting him on the inside, pushing him a bit wide, so he's been out in no man's land at the moment. As Lorenzo just trying to fight with Lorenzo and losing out there to Rook, so currently down into P4. But pretty sure there's going to be a lot of this action out on the track with this amount of cars. But we're just looking at now, all the way down from 45 downwards in this field, have had incidents in this race, and currently sort of got two sort of battles. The top half of the grid, the top 45 cars that are still on the same lap, and then you've got the ones 45 down that are the ones that have had the incidents in these first opening laps. Currently on lap number 5.
These are really large mirrors for a race car. I know the left mirror is positioned higher because of the air intake on the left side of the car, so they positioned the mirror higher. But if these are the size of truck mirrors where you are from, I'm scared to see the size of your trucks, because here in America, Those mirrors are about the size of the mirrors on my Camry.
You always have to be protective.
Hey, I'm American. We do things massive. I'm Texan as well, so we do things even more massive than that. I was going to say we do things to the max, but we got Mark in the booth. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark.
As we got
oh my gosh, we are going. Oh, who was that? Is that Andy? Oh no, that was not Andy Flint. It was Max Giacchino making it 4 wide and killing cones right there. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh wow.
Some brave races here as we watch.
Yep, we're going to do it again. Round 2, almost 3 wide.
Squeezing himself down the middle. It's just outrageous. He would contemplate going for that at the moment. Andy Flynn just trying to push his way through the gap, but unfortunately the Great Sea in front of him closed up rather quickly, coming down that long straight down into turn number 5.
Mark, are you okay? I think all of us here are. Oh no, it's happened! It's happened. Oh, Cherry in turn 5 again, making contact with Andrea Brachetti. And Brachetti's gone to the back of O'Cherry, and oh no. That was beautiful, but that was pretty much always going to happen.
Yeah, certainly having the cars as close as they are, fighting, scrapping, just moving all over the track. It's very hard to judge where the car's going to be by the end of the corner, and that's where a lot of these incidents occur, where the drivers are just weaving all over, just trying to get a space. But you can sort of see the power of that slipstream. You saw Flint there just rocket up on the cars behind him. So the slipstream around this in these F3 cars is pretty immense. As we watch here, we've got somebody with a low downforce, and we've got your favourite Pierre Francesco with Garcia behind him.
Pierre Francesco has the low one.
Yeah. So basically, the guy with a larger downforce behind can't get past him, and I think that's a wrong move around this track, because if you're stuck behind somebody through that infield part, you're saying that these the bigger wings will come more into effect. You're not going to be able to get past them, so it sort of neutralises it, and then it gets onto the long straights. The lower downforce will start pulling away.
Yeah, Burkett is getting into the pit lane after that, but yeah. The higher downforce versus lower downforce is a always interesting display right here. And, you know, some of the higher downforce guys, like, they love the stability it gives them through the infield and stuff. But, you know, it doesn't show us the wing angle of the higher downforce. I got into Luca thankfully gave me the setup files for this. And the high end downforce is actually minus 10 degrees.
A negative downforce.
Yeah, it's pretty much old IndyCar rear wing, where, you know, it's not the current aero package, it was the old aero package, the DW12, where they basically flipped the wings upside down and they just became poorly working airplanes.
But they made for some quite light entertainment when they took some air. Currently on board with Phil Waller back in 33rd position here. We're going to sit in front of the Ridgeway, just a little bit up the road between them. But you know, even throughout this whole field, you've got this big battle between 31st position all the way down to it's all getting a bit wide there. I mean, maximising the use of the track there, using the whole thing as we watch Alan making a big move. Where's he going to try? He's going to try and dive up the inside here.
Oh, he's backed off. He's backed off behind Laurentis right there. But also a mindset of using the higher downforce than the medium, than the lower downforce cars. It's up ahead. It gets pretty crazy. It's pretty much crazy everywhere else you look at. And I should... After doing iGPFun for, I don't know how long, a year I believe I've been doing this series. It feels like I've been doing this series for at least a year with Marco. I'm still amazed by everything I see. Is tire wear. This race is longer than the official race, so the higher downforce car will be able to save those tires much longer, as that cone just took a jump. Yeah. So they're able to save the tires a lot longer than the lower downforce cars. We're going to be seeing that at the carousel right now. And if the car starts to do a little bit of dance, that right rear is going to be the one that is being pressured the most. And, you know, these lower downforce cars are going to be the ones at risk. And it's Herberto and Olsen still separated by 2 seconds. Herberto, I believe, starting to close in. Yeah, last lap was faster for Christopher Herberto than Olsen ahead of him. And so those tires might start. Oh, that's a little bit of a wiggle bit heading into Canada corner for Tobias. So here comes Herberto. And we're going to start seeing a little bit of struggling under the brakes because higher temperatures than the official race as well.
I mean, we're still only relatively early stages of this race, only currently on lap 8 of 23, so not even halfway. So if Olsen's starting to feel the tyres already, he's in for a long race today. But currently out in front by 2 seconds, and Lamy just behind him in third place at 6.3. So the front three managing to scamper away. In fact, tell a lie, third has got Bartola just right behind him in Fortner, so that is a real big battle there for third place overall. But Olsen managing to scamper away from Herberdew and getting a 6-second gap over this third place battle that's going on the track. We're currently watching Nick Carty in 24th position.
Oh, in the background!
Oh, what happened there?
That is Roberto Maturana. Just dipping a wheel into the grass and, well, going for a dance right there. And that's not the dance that we want to go with. There's another incident that happened while this was going on. It's Massimo De Laurentiis heading into Canada corner. Dipped the wheel at the gravel. And he somehow kept it alive as my voice turns into a soprano.
Super high pitched.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that. This is Stuart Millen up here. You can see in the background the red car just... Ah! That's the accurate noise that Roberto probably just made right there. This is a very common, so common to do. It's not the first one to do it right there.
Saw it yesterday. Was it 2 or 3 of the top runners did that?
Yes. In the Apex Racing Academy VRS Super Series, F3 Super Series. The IndyCar Series had it happen. The TCRs, it didn't happen to them because front-wheel drive, but it did happen a lot in the GT4s.
Yeah, I mean, there's such fast corners around this track. You dip your wheel onto any one of the outside kitty litter, as you so kindly put it, Austin. You know, you're looking for trouble. Certainly the corners we're going to be watching now, just after the carousel, extremely fast right-hand corner. And there's a bit of kitty litter on the left-hand side as you come out of that corner. If you hit that, it's been a scene of many a large crash in previous series and seasons throughout all different time cards. But we're watching here now. Potts getting a massive run. Oh, getting onto the grass, coming down into Canada. Is he going to save it? Just managed. Oh, and a big incident in front.
Oh, no. Who's that on the wall right there? It's Stuart Millen.
Cool. I mean, that's something you don't want to be seeing when you're coming around Canada corner. 2 cars looking the opposite way right at you. It's going to be a little bit of a twitchy moment when you come around there, but managing to keep it. But we'll just have a quick replay here. So Milner just coming up on the inside. Is it going to be the same incident we saw before? Just cuts it off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Back end, well, the back of the car launched up. They touched the wheels, and you know, it looked just like a incident that we saw in the top racing series.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a treacherous corner, that Canada corner. Certainly, if you go in too wide, because that inside car just wants to try and trying to break it as normal position, and unfortunately when you come onto the exit of that corner you will be pushed out wide. So if the car on the outside is still alongside you, you're going to be hitting him, and we've seen it twice here tonight already. That exact incident happening with the inside car just coming onto the outside, and the outside car having nowhere to go. So that's 2 from 2 we've seen so far tonight.
Absolutely 2 for 2, and you know, it's just like moves like that you know, it just makes it so hard to race here. It's really tight, and you're going to have to really send one in here. And, you know, they're really talking on how to race this track, and really how to be in a tight fight. That's a 73 of Antonio Ruzeski, letting these two by. Ruzeski being a lap down. No, he's a lap down.
Lap down.
Yeah, they're side by side. And a little bit of a slide from the Argentinian, Miguel behind Victor Barris. The back of these cars are really going to be interesting to watch throughout this race. So we're approaching halfway to go very soon. This is when you're going to start seeing the lower downforce cars start to lose a little bit more time in the second sector.
Yeah, it's going to be quite treacherous. The tyres will be screaming at them, and as we can see when we get into the latter stage, we'll probably see, certainly around the carousel, I think, is where you'll see a lot more back-end twitch on the low downforce cars. So I expect, like you say, Austin, them to start backing out a little bit more as the race progresses with the tyre wear that we're going to have in that car. But Olsen at the moment still got that 2.2 second lead over Herbenu in second place, but both Olsen and Herbenu have actually pulled out another 1.6 seconds over Lemmy in third place, and a little bit of a gap now. He was under pressure from Fortner and Barris, but sort of like a 2-second gap between them now. So all sort of got a little bit of space between 1 to 4 with Barris in fifth place, who has Coffee and Petruccio behind him in 7th place. So that seems to be the battle on the top half of the field for 5th place.
Yeah, and you have experience driving around here in the LMP cars, right? The strategy to take around the carousel, I know a lot of people there, like, they have different strategies. They like to prefer starting on the outside, then swinging it down low, or staying it all the way on the apex, or diamonding off the corner where they go onto the apex, drift out wide, then shoot out at the end. Which strategy, which corner taking strategy, what is your racing line around there?
I mean, like you said, there's so many different lines you can take around the carousel. I prefer the going in, taking the apex, going out wide into 4th, coming down to 3rd, and then powering and hitting the apex on the exit to try and maximise the speed out. But there's so many different lines that you can take within that carousel. One thing you don't want to be doing is obviously not hitting that first apex and going out wide, because you soon find yourself out onto the grass on the left-hand side, and that's really where you don't want to be on that carousel. So you need to try and keep it nice and tight, but you're always trying to maximise your speed on the exit as we watch the bias coming around. Nope, we're not. We're going to watch Garcia in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and Alfredo Vázquez Garcia. Garcia's heading into the carousel that we saw Tobias heading there, and that time to Tobias and Herberto is falling down. Herberto last time by did set a new fast lap in the race as we head into the carousel right now, and the carousel is so fun to drive on in real life, to even watch races in real life. And if you're a fan of barbecue and cookouts, it is the best place to cook bratwurst, I must say. And, because there's a lot of people tailgating over there.
Yeah, so we just watched Garcia. He was very conservative around there, just keeping the constant speed around there, just hitting that second apex.
Ruzeski! In Bartolota! Ruzeski was on the inside. Bartolota was squeezing Ruzeski, it looked like, and they made contact. Oh, that was a lap. Oh, no.
Not what you want to be seeing. Another incident there. Seems to be the place for this race tonight is Canada Corner that we're getting all the incidents so far out on track. So we've had so many around there, but it's such a tight corner, you know, and if you're going to be brave enough to try and go 2x2, you've got to sort of expect that one of the cars is going to have to back out of that Canada corner. If they both still try to go in and fully aggressive, that's where we've been seeing all the incident. Nobody really giving the ground up going into that corner, and we've seen that's the third one we've seen in probably about 3 or 4 laps, I would imagine. So coming thick and fast there into Canada corner. But what it's starting to do now is starting to spread the field out slightly. We haven't got cars as bunched up as we had before. A little bit of gaps.
I'm getting a report. Jake Potts has had an issue. As we got side-by-side fight around the outside of McIntyre. Garcia heading into turn 3, able to make that move work right there. Beautiful move around the outside. Turn 3 and Canada corner are the biggest braking zones at this track. You would expect turn 1 to be there, but actually turn 1 is one of the faster corners. McIntyre looking for a switchback opportunity. It's not going to be there as they head into turn 6 and into the big old carousel right there. You get to see the different lines being taken into effect right now. McIntyre going for a more classic line, staying near the inside as Lucas Baruch had a diamond line as they are on a charge. Baruch getting a good run, looking onto the outside right now. McIntyre on the inside, both of them going to be fighting on the brakes. And it's Lucas Baruch around the outside. There's a lot of Caleb. No. That's Pier Francesco Particolo in the wall at Canada corner.
Another victim of Canada corner as we watch a
Is this a single car? I think this might just be him.
I think it might well be.
No. I spoke to Sid. The 60 hit him. That is Michael Coffrey.
That was from a long way back with an optimistic move into Canada corner there, but we're back here with this battle with McIntyre in. Currently fighting it out with Maru going in down to turn 1. Yeah, what you were saying about turn 1. Turn 1's a very fast fourth gear. You're in a flat out corner coming down here into turn 5. So a very fast part. The second we see a back marker there just going.
That was Ruseski again.
Very probably brand new to the league and not realizing how fast these guys are.
No. Antonio Ruseski. He's been in and around. He's famous for running a pink cat livery on there. He's ran multiple iterations of the pink cat, Star Cat Galactica 1. He's also ran a pink cat Red Bull-esque livery. Thankfully he's changed it. I'm pretty sure that would have offended somebody. But yeah, it's always been pink, but Ruseski is a old-timer of the league. And it's always great to see him out there, but yeah, it's, he just got a bad hand dealt to him today. Then when he gets into traffic, this track is full of cars as Coffrey and Luca Ferrani going side by side, heading into Canada corner, side by side, heading right now into the braking zone. Coffrey on the inside, Ferrani on the outside, and the Delta Sport driver able to stay ahead of Luca Ferrani. And what I was about to say with Ruseski is once you come out of the pits, you're pretty much going to be filled with a lot of track position and everything. And if we take a look at the track map, it's just going to be absolutely packed to the brim. Somebody's at my door. I'll be right back.
I was going to say that if Mark could, if it's possible that you could throw out the track map just to see the congestion out on the track. I mean, you can just see 60 cars pretty much filling up. There's a few gaps that have appeared out there, but you have a big over there from 8th all the way down to 16th, right on top of each other. You have these little pockets throughout there. So if you do go into that pit lane, then you're coming out, you're going to be caught in some sort of traffic, and you're almost like a slow-moving chicane going into that first corner. So even treacherous for the guys coming out of that pit lane as we watch Luca Varali just trying to see if he can make a move here on Coffrey coming down into turn number 5. Not managing to get it to. Both look like they got similar amount of downforce on that car, but not letting the slipstream as we watch Reynolds trying to get down the inside of McIntyre. Not is he going to get it done? He does, managing to just alongside, going side by side up the hill into turn 5. Very much a blind left-hand corner that's always catches quite a few drivers out, but currently Renzo having a big scrap here for 11th place with McIntyre. We've got Fallon.
Oh, that's a good look. Oh, that was a good look opportunity heading into turn 6 right there. The 17 of Roberto Fai definitely trying to get a good run on Luciano Lorenzo. Here they come out of the carousel right now, heading into the kink. This is, you can see Roberto lining himself up for a great launch. He's already beside him right there. He was using all the curve on the entry and exit. Roberto Fai, well, it doesn't even need to wait to Canada corner. He's already made the move. What a great line through there, and was low downforce, was high downforce, but he's overcooked the exit right there, got into the cannulator, and here comes Lorenzo on the attack once more. And But Roberto, he's not backing away. He's looking for another move on McIntyre.
Yeah, as we watch join the battle here for 6, and we've got Ferrari right alongside, just trying to get Coffrey into turn number 1, not managing to get the move done. So the slipstream, probably Coffrey's running maybe a little bit less downforce than Ferrari is in 7th place, because we've not been able to see him make that move. I wonder if he'll be able to make the move going down into turn 5, but we're joining this absolute monster battle here for 11th place with Lorenzo, McIntyre, Polino and Durano all in a big long line together, just trying to do. But that was a great overspeed from Fell that we watched around that corner coming down into straight down into Canada corner. So you know, if you play that defensive card, you are going to be open.
Oh, that's a big look right there. He's backed off mid-corner though, but oh man, that would have been a highlight reel for sure by Julio in 14th place. Oh my gosh. New fast lap of the race was set by Christopher Herberto, 157.79. It was actually slower than Tobias Olsen that lap, but you know, Tobias was being a naughty boy and got it off track to get that time.
Yes, obviously it must be the tyres now going on Olsen's cars, making him go out slightly wide, getting a few off tracks around there. So unfortunately doesn't get the fastest lap, and Christian Herbenau manages to get it. But just as we say that, Tobias Olsen puts in the fastest lap of 157.
He got a lot of drag too. Yeah. A lot of drag that time, and that one actually counted.
It did indeed. So just takes the fastest lap back off Herbenau, who's currently still it's still staying to that 2-second margin there. Olsen obviously losing a bit of time on that infield, as to be expected over Herbenau, but then pulling it away on the straights and managing to stretch out that 2 seconds. So it's not really coming down, but we're currently watching Rodrigo Duran just in 15th place, trying to make a move on Paolo in 14th. So it's side by side here, coming down the start-finish straight, coming down into turn number 1. Got Durant on the inside, managing to get the move done, which was great. I believe so. Obviously, just backed off a little bit there, just to make sure it wasn't too wide going into there. But
Julio missed the break point, got to the grass, and
I mean, luckily, that's fair play to him, because he could have quite easily gone into the back of Duran there, but decided to brake really hard and spin the car rather than to go into the back of Duran. So
how did they not make contact right there? He just missed him by millimeters.
Millimeters.
Heck,
micrometers.
There's a paper thin margin between them right there. Oh my gosh, that was insane.
That was Howie, like I said, Howie didn't hit the back of Duran and take them both off. Only the iRacing gods know that at the moment, but currently on board with Clark Williams, looking back at Carthy in 25th position at the moment. But great view of this track. You know, you can see how undulating the track is around here, and certainly with these cars that are probably not the most comfortable to drive around with a hardened suspension, just to try and hug that downforce as low as they can. So very undulating track for the drivers, and you can certainly see it when you're on board with them, how much the car just moves around and how much it bounces all over. As we see the two different lines here through Canada corner, you've got Williams just staying on the inside, but then at the outside, Carthy just slinging out wide and coming back in for the apex. That's probably more my standard line coming in there, but that should give Carthy a great run here coming down into Canada corner.
Yeah, heading into Canada corner once more. Nick Carty ahead of Marcelo De La Nick Carty behind Clark Williams. And in Canada corner, yeah, driving single seaters around here is a bit of a torturous experience. It's not the most comfortable, but it's not the worst. There are a few tracks that I would put higher than Road America. It's just more of a back massage, just constantly. As that's a big look by number 3, Brichetti, down to the inside of Keelan Richie Robertson, and now Brichetti is looking on attacking Noel Richie Robertson ahead of him.
Just a quick shout out to one of the sponsors of this series, 3D Wrap. It's they do stuff like sim pedals, steering wheels, and much more customization. Head over to 3dwrap.ie to have a look. I was having a look at their webpage, and they do a lot for disabled races, which obviously I am one of them. So it's really good that the inclusion that these guys at 3D Wrap are doing. And if you are thinking about coming into iRacing and fancy the sim and struggling with current modern setups, then have a look at them. They have some excellent ideas and some products that you can help you to race. But also, you know, if you are a able-bodied racer, they have many add-ons that you can put onto your steering wheels and pedals and make their own pedals. So head over to 3dwrap.it and see all the great products that they can provide for you.
Burketti gets Noel Richard opposite brothers of Kilian in turn 3 right there, and Burketti back into 27th. And you know, they qualified at 28th, and after that early incident up ahead, they've gotten back to where they started, and now it's up for the gains.
I'm just looking at the biggest gains in the field. I think
I'm seeing 27.
27. I mean, it's the normal size of an ARL league. I mean, wow, 60 cars. I just can't get over that. That's insane. I mean, we haven't, to be fair, having 60 cars on the track hasn't been as problematic as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and that's the wonderful thing about the iGPFun League. You know, we have that opening lap rule where it's no 3 wide and no big sends. I call it the, oh, that's someone in the wall. Canada corner 4th victim. That is Vigil. Adrian. The 51 in the wall right there. I call this the club racing rule, where basically everybody here is just there for fun and enjoying racing these cars. And, you know, it's not a lot of chaos. There's a lot of close racing, but nobody's going to really push you over the edge to make contact with you. They don't get the, oh, I have my mom and dad to pay for this money. And just send it in there. And I'm pretty sure if you've seen some Formula 4 races or just early Formula races, you might see those kids get a little bit too confident. You also see that in go-karts, but not so much because, you know, no seatbelts and you'll just fly out the carts. And pretty crazy when you see that. Roberto 5 looking... He's not going to fight Chiquino right there, but Lucas Maruk might take a look at Roberto 5, but Maruk higher downforce, but he's right in that gearbox right there.
I think the problem is obviously if you've got that lower downforce and the higher downforce behind you, there's no room, certainly around this part of the track, you almost just follow him, and then as soon as you get back onto the straight, and we'll see probably a perfect illustration here with Maruk behind, just got the slipstream, but not being able to go anywhere with it because the 2 guys in front of him have got really low downforce and they're able to keep that distance on him. So all it is just neutralising the gap that the lower downforce guys would be making over the higher downforce guys. So you can see a perfect illustration there of higher downforce on these long straights, certainly around Road America, is not really advantageous. And when they get into the closed section, the guys with the lower downforce just put the car on the apex, and unfortunately it makes it extremely hard for the higher downforce guys to do anything about it.
Yeah, it is definitely a head scratcher on it, and it just goes to, oh, what are you comfortable with driving? Do you want to know that you can make the corner, or do you want to become a rocket ship down the straightaway? As Clark Williams does a little bit of lawn mowing, as that's Nick Carty on his inside. Carty able to hold that apex, not the best exit. There goes Clark Williams around the outside. Marcelo De Laurentiis is behind them as well. De Laurentiis, he has an opportunity to make this 3 wide, but I believe he's just going to be staying behind Clark Williams. He's mowing the lawn right now. He's looking down to the inside, heading into turn 3, and he's going to back off right there. Let Nick Carty, Clark Williams, and Nick Carty, they both miss the corner. It's Laurentiis. Actually, I'm not sure who that is. The 27. That is... Oh, Brian Force. He's a live card. Well, no wonder he backed off, but I'm surprised he still was trying to be that close and race them.
I think it was unfortunate the car behind him actually basically took that really wide line in turn 5, and you know, Force just managing to take his line through that corner and taking the place quite easily back off. So obviously still trying to be as competitive, even though he is a lap down. But we're joining this battle between Coffee and Barry again coming into.
Oh, beauty around the outside. Around the outside at Road America is my favorite overtaking thing. It's hard to do, and when you're side by side and you do it around the outside, you are using all the track and you are putting all the risk into there, because that we've seen so many things go wrong right there. As here is Verani looking down to the inside right now of Coffrey using the IndyCar line, but he's missed the breakpoint, drops down onto the curbs, and Luca Ferrari up into 6th place. But yeah, round the outside at turn 1. Beauty. And we're about to see it again once more. Julio, absolute crazy move. Roberto Fai has had an incident. He's out of the race. Roberto Fai. Over under Canada corner.
It certainly is. I mean, two from two there for you. Austin, get to see your favourite move going around the outside in turn number 1 here at Road America. We're coming into the latter stages now, so 2 laps left of this race as we watch
it's not Canada corner. Wow. Heading into turn 3.
Turn 3, turn 5, whatever.
Turn 5 on the track map, turn 3 by... Oh! That is a big hit. Just got onto the little bit of kitty litter right there. And, you know, getting onto that outside curb and then off the track right there, it's always a rough feeling. But I remember one weekend out there, it's pretty recent. Well, when I say recent, I mean like 4 years ago. The cars ran out there so wide that they actually dug a hole. They've removed so much gravel, it's just dug a hole right there. Same happened at Barber, you know, they were just going on the, I think it was turn 2. They were just hitting that apex so much that they just dug a hole. One of the support races, and one of the crane trucks, pickups, were going over there. They dipped a wheel in there and it flipped the crane to retrieve the car. And they red flagged a raid. They red flagged, like, they delayed the session because of a track vehicle upside down.
There's not been many of them. Oh man, as we come towards the latter stages of this race, and Olsen managing to pull out a little bit more of a gap now, 2.5 seconds over Herbenu in 2nd, but those two are a streak ahead of Laney in 3rd place, 13 seconds, and obviously 11 seconds to Herbenu, so certainly Olsen and Herbenu having a great advantage for their racing yesterday around this track has really showed a class to the field at the moment, with them two floating out in the front at the moment. But you know, if you look down the timing tower, there's still quite a few battles there for this big one. This that we're currently watching on screen now, with Michael Coffrey and Viari in 7th place, just changing positions every single lap.
Lucas got his nose in there. Lucas got a good run and decides not to. He had a good run. White flag is in the air for Tobias Olsen. And, ooh, Verani off the exit of Canada corner gets a much better exit. Can hold it around the outside right here, side by side. Luca Verani swings it around there and really squeezing him off the exit and diving into the final corner. Luca Verani into 6th place. Beautiful move by Luca.
Interesting to see if he can hold on to that position, with his line would be slightly compromised coming into the last corner, as we get our answer on screen as Coffrey comes up alongside him into turn number 1. So roles reverse again. These two have just been trading places lap after lap. There's probably not a bad position to be in 2nd place at the moment with this fight. Certainly with this long straight coming up now, coming down into turn number 3.
Going to have to maximize that exit and really get a great run, and Luca did that exactly. Just a little bit better, and here comes Verani Coffrey defending onto the inside. They're going to go side by side down the straight from 2nd into 3rd, and Luca's really sending it, he's just straddling those curves, looking for that opportunity to get right there, but Coffrey down to the inside, able to defend from Luca Verani, heading into turn 4 right there. Tobias Olsen up in the lead. 1.6 seconds. Herberto is really sending it after him. Olsen, just a few corners to go. Canada corner right ahead of him, gets onto the brakes for one last time, and he's able to do that perfectly. A little bit of a dip into the kitty litter, but, you know, it's just, it's not enough to spin out the car. One more corner to go, using all the track and then going off the track just a little bit, and he's done it. Starting from near the top, it wasn't a straight start for the top finish, but Tobias Olsen, number 91, the Scat takes the victory. The Scandinavian, absolutely beautiful race from him. Herberto comes home in second place, followed by Lamley and Fournier. And Bears, Varani, and Corfrey. You know, one corner to go in this fight. Varani heading into the final corner. Gets up to the grass! How did he keep that safe? I'm not sure how. But he's definitely used all of it right there. Look at Varani. P6. Take a bow right there.
It's a great battle between them two, and Varani just managing to come out on top of Goffrey. But those two were just battling out as we're watching Duran on track fighting it out with Veen at the moment. So, big onto the grass there. Gonna put pay to his race there, but managing to save it and just coming home slowly down. But all throughout this field now.
Clark Williams.
Nice
Clark trying to try to go around the outside. Beautiful defense by the car on the inside right there. They got the 76 as well. Nick Carney and Clark Williams results over to 3-car fight, but it's stalled out at the end. It's going to be a drag race between them, and it's going to be, who won that? Zoltan. Zoltan by 0.04 of a second. Going to be finishing ahead of Williams and Cardi. And, I thought that around the outside could work around there. He definitely gained a lot of time, Clark Williams, but that inside line, it just might have come down to setup right there. Here's Andrea Burketti coming home in 25th. And it's the brothers Keeliran, Richie Robertson, and Noel finishing in 26th and 27th. It's always nice to see brothers on iRacing racing together. It's even cooler to see them finishing together.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I think we've got a father and son as well, haven't we?
Yes, we do. But I believe it's just one is out there on track. Yeah, it's just one in the session right now. But we do have a father and son signed up together. They just didn't attend the same race weekend because, you know, it's the holidays. Some people are more busy focusing on families and everything, going out with the grandkids.
It's the Palaccio. He finished in P20th. I don't know if that was the father or the son there, but the Palaccio, Julio Palaccio in 20th. That's the father-son combo.
Yes, it's one of the father and son.
Yeah, it's the
combo.
Yeah.
I think Julio might be the son. I'm just going off a guess, and we have our race results. And to continue the tradition of iGPFun results, I'm giving them to you, Andy.
Oh, thanks. In first place, we got to Boston Olsen. Second was Turbinu. Third was Lamy. Fourth was Fortner. Barris in fifth. Vari in sixth. Coffee in seventh. And Garcia in eighth. Gacheo in ninth. And Marco rounds out your top 10. Will McIntyre in 11th. Lorenzo, Flint, Bartolona, Martinu, Duran, Veen, Hayes rounds out your top 18 places. In 19th, we got Teller, Palaccio, father-son, we don't know. Zamotto in 21st, Clark in Williams in 22nd, Carte in 23rd. We have Lorenzis, Barcatelli, Richie Robinson, the brothers in 26th and 7th, Potts in 28th, Hopkins 29th, Martello, Picardo, Rosaro, Dennis, Vort, Verdo, Gartali, Barry, and Fell, who obviously had that terrible turn down into turn number 3 to put pay to his race, really. It was at the front of the field. Ridgway in 39, Waller, Radzitsky, Melna, Corrales, Divine, White, Cherry, Darul, Talsama round out your top 48. Katala, Mathis, Lucas, Martinu, who was your pole sitter, currently sat down there in the lonely 52nd position. Forsen, Rivera, Viola, Mora, Torella, Braun, Itch, and McIntyre round out your 60-car grid here tonight at Road America. A few names there. And this, we just watch here the final pass between the battle between Brian and Coffee coming down into counter corner. Oh, a back marker just getting there slightly in place and just getting that inside line there into Canada corner. We have seen quite a few incidents coming around that corner, but managing to make that mistake. Great tussle between these two for pretty much the majority of the race there for Luca Virali over Michael Coffer in 7th place. So great win, and it's always satisfying when you've had that epic battle between another driver that you manage to come out on top, and you really have worked for your position that you get at the end there. But was 6th place there for Luca Virali. It seems to we might have lost Austin. He's probably got somebody.
I bumped my microphone by accident. I muted myself again.
You are terrible at that, I'll tell you.
Hey, I just get excited, okay? And I just jump and I hit it and I just continue talking. And when y'all start talking about something completely different, I'm like, oh, I'm muted probably.
I was just like, I went through my massive 60-car grid.
Oh, that's when I muted it. I just forgot to unmute it.
Was he? But we got to see the pass there from Luca Virali and Michael Coffey for that 6th place. So that was always good because those two were tossing it out for pretty much 60 minutes of this lap.
Absolutely. It was a great race we saw here today. We will be here next week. I'm not expecting that big of a grid for next week because it's the day after Christmas. But we do have a broadcast scheduled for next week, and that'll be around the Snetterton 300 circuit, which is where we saw Alex Fournier start in reverse. He reversed off the line, had an incident lap 1, and it comes back to take the win at Snetterton. It was a fantastic race we saw last season, and I think we're going to be seeing another great race again. He's definitely so comfortable around there, and I'm really excited to see on how next week is going to be at Snetterton. But you know, that's next week, and I hope everybody has a fantastic week around here. Thank you all for joining us for a brand new season of iGP Fun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. I've been joined by Andy Thompson with Mark Tranter in the production booth. I almost said Mark. I am so used to saying Marco. Mark, no offense. It's just habit. Mark Tranter is in the production booth. We miss you, Marco. It doesn't feel the same without you. I'm sorry. I am not trying to piss Mark off, but I'm doing it in an unintentionally
fashionable, good way.
I'm not crying. I swear. Slightly. I miss him. It's only been one day. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope you all have a good night.
Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR VRS iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.